Alright lads, so the Brave Souls Summer Campaign has officially begun, and one of the more exciting things from this campaign is of course the Epic Raid Challenge. The last time this was here was at the start of the year, and for the most part, since it's back now, we can assume it comes back every 6 or so months. Essentially for the start of a new year, and of course also the anniversary. And you might be wondering, what exactly is the Epic Raid Challenge? Well, essentially for the month of July, we get twice more the usual amount of raid medals, and we also now have access to a limited time exchange where we can get past familiars. And this time it's actually better than last time, because one of the bigger complaints was that the spirits needed to max out the familiars. They never give us enough to max out a familiar, but now since we can buy 1,050 spirits of each attribute, you can go ahead, buy all the familiars, and also get all the spirits to max them out and have a full set of all the familiars. However, there are a few things you need to keep in mind, some important information to know. Let's talk about it. For starters, when it comes to the familiars, which one should you actually be getting? Well, for the most part, when it comes to your first ever familiar, pick the one you like the most. And the reason for that is because outside Epic Raids, familiars are purely cosmetic. If you want to have a tiny Yuha Baha running around with you, well, you can go ahead and do that. All you got to do is unlock its familiar soul trait, and then you get the option to equip it. The second set of familiars you should be focusing on is 2 in particular, and that's basically the only important 2. The first one being Kenpachi, and the second one being Toshiro. The reason for that is because of their familiar soul trait. Most familiar soul traits in the game don't really give you much, and most of the time they're only useful for that particular epic raid. In this case, the Yuha offers plus 20 bind damage, but that's only useful in his particular raids. Same goes for Yoruichi, plus 10 shield damage, but that's only useful in epic raids that have shields. But I guess it's also worth mentioning not all pets are equal. For example, Rukia's soul trait is destructible object damage plus 10, whereas Zarapo is destructible object damage plus 20, so it basically offers double the effect here. If you're ever in an epic raid where you need that destructible object damage, then having Zarapo will actually be pretty good. And the same can be also said for bind damage. In this case, Jindambo is offering 10 bind damage, whereas a familiar like Yuha, for example, is then doing double that, 20 plus bind damage. So amongst all the pets, there are still a few that do offer an enhanced soul trait, basically. And if you're picking up the pet specifically for the soul trait, then you want to make sure you pick up those unique ones like Yuha and also Zaapro. When it comes to Toshiro and also Kenpachi, they are 20% Berserker, 20% more strong attack damage. And I don't think I need to explain why that's good, because that's useful in every single epic raid. And since they're the only 2 pets to offer that bonus, then it's worth getting those 2 in particular. You want to get them straight away, max them out, and ideally when it comes to the familiar skills, since people will ask what should you be getting, you ideally want to go with Berserker or full stamina damage. I have 3 Toshiros maxed out, and they all offer 20% Berserker as their base soul trait, and for the familiar skills, we've given each one 20% more damage at full stamina. So as you can see here, from these 3 pets alone, we're getting 285 extra SP, 60% Berserker, and now also 60% full stamina. So whenever you ask what skills should you be getting for your familiars, always go with full stamina, and maybe once then when you get a bunch of full stamina pets, then you can maybe go with Berserker, low stamina, or even last ditch. Ultimately comes down to you, but this is the best setup that I can possibly make, and it goes on every single character I use in epic raid content. And with that out of the way, now let's talk about how you're going to max out this shop and how best to do it. So of course you have a lot of items here, right? You have all the familiars, all their spirits, and then you have some small goodies like some accessory tickets. Keep in mind these aren't guaranteed 5-star accessories, they're 4-star evolved. You have some droplets, link swap potions, and also super link swap potions. However, there is technically a catch. All the medals used in this particular raids can only be acquired by doing the normal acid wire difficulty. And as you can see right now, there are currently 2 epic raids out. Acid Wire, the Awakened, and also the normal difficulty. Now, which one should you be doing? If you only care about the medals and you want to max out the entire shop, then stick to doing the normal Acid Wire epic raids. And the reason for that is simple. You get those medals, and then you can use those medals to buy all the past familiars. However, remember, the Acid Wire Awakened does offer better drops, and by that, you get around 10 more links or potions than average. So if you are someone like me, for example, you can see I have close to 200k medals already. I've been farming the Awakened version of Acid Wire just for the link slot aspect, just to collect on a bunch of link slot potions. And in doing so, I'm collecting medals. Unfortunately, I can't use on the special exchange shop, but if you are willing to put up the extra grind, the option is here to exchange 50 Awakened medals into 10 normal medals. So as you can see, my 190,000 Awakened epic raid medals, I can convert into 38,000 normal epic raid medals, in which I can use in this particular shop. I'm not recommending everyone do that, but if you are willing to put up 5 times the grind and also just stick to getting the Awakened drops like 50 links or potions per run, for example, then that might be something you want to look into. Additionally, you might also be wondering, how much farming should you do to max out the entire shop? So we've laid it out quite nicely here. In this case, as you can see, when it comes to the familiars, there are 19 familiars in total, all costing 250 medals. You can only buy one once. So overall, if you want to buy all the familiars, it's only going to cost you 4,750 medals. If you want to max said familiar, then of course you're going to have to buy their awakening spirit, the rainbow spirit, and all the spirits for each individual attribute. The current max for each individual spirit is 105, so in total you can get around 1,050 spirits of each type, and that will let you max out the pet 100% completion, and then also re-roll the skills maybe a few times to potentially try and get a good second trait. To buy every single item for one familiar, it's going to cost you 28,000 medals. And of course, if you want to max out each individual pet, you're going to have to do that 19 times and buy all the items. And in that case, it's then going to cost you 547,000 medals. Keep in mind, we have some extra goodies this time around. Again, some accessory tickets, links on droplets. Although they are relatively cheap, if you want to buy all the items, it's only going to cost you 12,000 medals. So overall, if you want to max out the entire shop, it's going to cost you just shy of 600,000 medals, 593,000 medals to be exact. What you will see under it is the medals with AER. As already mentioned, if you are someone that is willing to put up the grind and want to just focus on the awakened part of the epic raids, mainly just to get the drops that the awakened epic raid can give, if you know you're going to farm a lot, well in that case, if you want to do that while also max out the shop, which is what I'm doing, well at that point you're going to have to farm 3 million medals, which is quite a lot. This is something that not the average person is going to do. I don't even know if I'm going to do it, but I've maxed out the shop last time it was here. I'm not too stressed if I can't max out every individual pet. I've already done that, to be fair. So I'm still going to spend most of my time in the awakened version, and any medals that I do get in there, I'm just going to convert into the normal medals. And keep in mind, the Acid White epic raid does have its own unique shop too, so you want to also max out the pet here if you can. You want to buy the Essence Scrolls or the large scrolls, maybe get the gold scrolls if you need to, and of course also pick up the orbs. You can get 100 orbs from the normal epic raids, which we'll grab now, and then you can also buy the stuff from the Acid White Awaken epic raid, again once more including orbs. I've already gone ahead and bought it, so between these two shops you can get 300 orbs. And that's basically what you want to do for the month of July. There's a lot of farming to do, especially if you are someone like me that only wants to farm the awakened version of this epic raid. In that case, we have to do 5 times more the grind. But remember, we are getting double the medals, and that's why in the awakened version, I've already amassed almost 200k medals in like less than a day. If you want the easiest time to max up the shop, the 3 best days to farm is power only, speed only, and also a heart only. The main reason is because those 3 new characters, Ruruka, Mila Rose, and of course also Rangiku, are bonuses. A lot of people do have them. Runs will be faster because they can do a lot of damage, and they're also giving you more links or potions. So for tech only and also mind only, I'm kind of chilling, but when it's heart only day, power only day, and speed only day, I'm going absolutely crazy because one, these characters are great just to farm epic raids with, but at the same time, their bonuses, I'm getting more medals and also more droplets, potions for example. But yeah, with that said, that's the video for today, just going over the epic raid challenge. If you have any questions in the console regarding familiars or anything else regarding this particular month of epic raid, do let me know. I'll try and answer as quick as possible. And I guess for those that stuck around to the end, what's your favorite familiar? For me, it's Yuha. Hope you liked and enjoyed the video though. I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.